Well, hello. My name is Raquel, aka Nurse Rock. I wanted to get to know you over here on YouTube. I am a content creator, but most of my stuff you will see on TikTok. Over there, I have 27,000 plus followers and it's growing daily. And I wanted to come over here to YouTube to make long form content and to just grow this channel in this space over here. I want to be free to tell you guys about my journey, how I came from fighting the war of obesity and winning. I started this health journey at 330 pounds. Today, I sit here at 152, between 152 154. My goal range is 155 to 165. I held it down at 158 for about 18 months. I got sick with the flu and I dropped below my goal weight. And so I held my weight loss at 170 and then it went down to 180 loss. I have been putting back on with the help of my nutritionist, trying to put back on 12 pounds. So I'm halfway there, up to like that 154, 152, floating back and forth. But I think I'll be okay if I can just get back to the bottom of my goal range of 155. So just put on a couple more pounds and kind of stay within that. I'm perfectly okay with that. I am over 50, so my whole thing was I was trying to make sure that I kept the volume in my face. And that was great. I kept the volume. I made sure that I lost at a rate that I didn't have like the saggy face. But now that extra 10 pounds has given me that face that I didn't want. A lot of people don't notice it, but I do. So let's talk about all the things. My high weight was 330. So my first 40 pounds I lost by doing a year of intermittent fasting. I was on the 16-8 the first 3 months, and then I moved to the 18-6 for about 4 months. And then I moved for another 3 months to the warrior diet, is what they call it. And that is the one where you do 20 hours fast and 4 hour eating window. And that made me start losing again, but then that also stopped. And so in a year, I did lose 40 pounds, but I got to a standstill. Right around that time is when Monjaro hit the scene, and researching it and looking at it, I thought it was very interesting, but I didn't do anything about it until I came to work one day. I'm a registered nurse in leadership. One of my peers told me about her success on Monjaro and that it was being prescribed for her off label. And at the time, I told her that I had heard about it, but I hadn't done anything about it. And she was telling me, girl, stop waiting because it is amazing. And so I was like, ooh, okay. She was on Wegovy prior to that, and she said it had a bigger punch than Wegovy. At the time, there was a big shortage with Wegovy, and no one could get their hands on the Wegovy. And so that's when her doctor moved her over to Manjaro. So I took a chance. I went ahead and right then downloaded a few savings cards, and I'm glad I did because right not too long after that is when things changed. About a month later, maybe 2 months later, the savings card started changing. People started having trouble getting in. There started being questions asked before you can actually download it, that type of thing. But when I got it, there was no questions asked. It was just you just filled out information and you were able to get it. I concentrated on getting this weight down, honey. So once I was able to get the Manjaro, that is when things changed for me. That's when the scale started to move. I will say that I did consult nutritionists early on, and I believe that had a lot to do with my success. I was a hyper responder to the medication, meaning that from the very beginning, even on the intro dose, there was loss for me. And it could have been inflammation. I don't know, but I did lose and I continued to lose. It was a consistent loss. My big first 2 months were my big 2 month losses. And then I still had a consistent 10 pounds a month on this medication. So, very successful on the medication. So successful that I lost an additional 130 pounds within 11 months on Monjaro. So, my whole total ended up being 170 pounds. and I had went from the 330s down to 158, 160, so 170 pounds plus loss. And then, like I said, I dropped down an additional 10 pounds. As soon as I hit my goal weight, I already had consulted like three plastic surgeons, fell in love with my plastic surgeon. I went in to have a full tummy tuck with muscle repair, and I also had a arm lift done the same day. And this was done June of 2023. And if I didn't say this before, I started Manjaro summer of 2022. It was an awesome, awesome experience for me. It still is. I am in maintenance now for 20 plus months, and I still take Manjaro, but I just take it less frequently and I take the lower dose, and that works perfect for me. Yeah, so I do want to get to know y'all. Get in my comments, ask me questions. I can tell you all the things that I did, what I do to make things work the way I have. I will give you what worked for me. But I hope that you guys will subscribe, like, and put on your notifications so that you will know when I post again. But I will be trying to post at least twice a week. So hopefully I can keep up with that. And depending on what you ask for in the comments, I will tailor that around some things that you guys want to know and some things you feel like will be helpful to you. Because that's what I want to do. I want to help you get to your goals. I want to motivate you that you can get to your goals. As a matter of fact, I will probably put the background of my before and after behind me so that you can see how far I've come. But thank you for listening. I appreciate you being here. I hope that you come back and see more. All right. Bye, y'all.